All right, we are in DOSBox, DOSBox staging to be exact, and that's because I got something really cool to show you guys today. Wolfenstein 3D, but not just any version of Wolfenstein 3D. M Wolf 3D. What's the M stand for? Well, you can probably guess by the title of the video, yeah. M Wolf 286 and M Wolf 386. I guess the 286 version doesn't have AdLib or Sound Blaster sound. This is really basic. There's no menu or anything. It just goes right into the game. There's no settings you can change. But the M Wolf 386 does use, I believe, AdLib. AdLib for audio. It might be Sound Blaster, but needless to say, it works in DOSBox here just fine. If you haven't figured it out, the M stands for Mac or Macintosh. As you can see, Mac Play there. Wolfenstein 3D First Encounter Shareware version. Now, first things first, when I first loaded this up in DOSBox, and I tried it in DOSBox and DOSBox staging, we had this glitchy graphics, so I'm going to switch to the knife because we need to hold Control. Control F11 and F12 slows down and speeds up the CPU clock cycle speed, and we just need to slow it down, so I'm going to hold Control and hit F11 many times until the glitchiness goes away. Right there. So we want it as fast as we can get it, but just before the glitchiness starts. Alright? So this is a port of the Macintosh version of Wolfenstein 3D, which is really cool. The Macintosh version has different graphics for the guns, different sound effects, different sprites for the enemies. The levels are a little bit different. And so this is really cool to see the Mac version running in DOS. And yeah, I'll have a link in the description to download this. Obviously, I was going to say, obviously being based on the shareware version, this is, free and legal. I'm assuming if you own the full version of the Mac version of Wolfenstein 3D, you can just put your WAD files in place. Again, I'm assuming, I don't know. I just wanted to try this. I don't have the Mac version, so as you can see, even just level 1 here, it's a little bit different, but then it kind of gets similar. And you can see the gun sprites are different. The machine gun here looks different. I assume the Mac version actually runs in a higher resolution than this. But I think the sprites for the enemies are still higher resolution here. Like when you get up close to the enemies, I think they look more detailed. Again, the gun sprites definitely look more detailed. I'll put a side by side. Yeah, if you don't see it side by side, you might not, you'd be like, what's the big deal? But when you see it side by side, I think, again, the gun sprites and the enemies, I'll try and get a good side by side. The shareware version for the Mac is only 3 levels. It's not like the shareware version for DOS, where you got the whole first episode. So there's level 1 complete. I don't even think they're necessarily in order, the 3 levels that are here. That looks very different. I don't know how I like the fire in the background. A little weird. Yeah, those are definitely different too, right? Like a little more detailed, I think. If the guns look familiar to you, and you're like, I've never played the Mac version before, why do these guns look familiar? The Super Nintendo version and the Jaguar version are based on the Mac version. So, I believe the like the machine gun sprite here is the same one used in the Mac. Or sorry, in the Super Nintendo version. No keys required on the second level here. The real second level of episode 1 already has a key at that point, but maybe I'm not remembering correctly. Again, I don't think these are in order, so I don't... That's not the second level. Normally? And again, the levels I think are different. So, I mean, we saw that in level 1. It's not the exact same layout, but like clearly the same level. The way I heard about this is really cool. I was watching a video, a dude running Doom on an IBM XT, like an original IBM XT. Shit ton of health, shit ton of ammo. The backpack, so that the backpack is definitely new, right? That was not in the original Wolfenstein, so that lets us hold more ammo. Went from 99 to 199, and then the chain gun again, different sprite, different artwork from the original. But yeah, so it was this video. The guy's getting Doom. Full-blown Doom running on an IBM XT that he took the... Now, I always get the AT and the XTs confused. The XT would have originally had, like, an 8086, not a 286. Am I right? The AT had the 286. But he swapped out the original, I believe, 8086 for a kit that lets you put, like, a 386 in its place, and then he swapped that 386 out for a 486 chip. So he had a 486 and an IBM XT, and he got it running Doom at a hilariously slow frame rate, even with fast Doom, even on potato mode, it was like 15 frames per second. Original low mode, I think it was like 5 frames per second. But in the video, he mentioned that the guy that made this, it's the guy that made Doom work on an XT, because the BIOS on an XT is different, and the way the BIOS pulls the keyboard is different. It's different memory addresses, and so he got Doom to run, but the keyboard inputs wouldn't work. So this guy, I guess, made a port to run Doom on an XT with the XT BIOS. And anyways, he's like, oh, this is the same guy that made the Mac port for Wolfenstein. And I was like, wait, what? The Mac port for Wolfenstein for DOS? Like, yeah, I'm downloading that ASAP. And so, yeah, here it is. Now, I know what's behind this door, because, again, I think this is like the last level in Episode 1. So, this is a boss fight as soon as I open this door. Hence all the health. And I need the health. Might as well. stock up on the ammo too. Oh shit! Oh man, I thought he was gonna kill me. Well, pretty sure the level's over, but I might as well stock up on that stuff too. And again, there's only 3 levels in this demo. I think they called it shareware, but it's more like a demo, isn't it? Shareware with only 3 levels is kind of... You know, when the DOS shareware version gave you the whole first episode, the Mac shareware version only gave you 3 levels. Victory! There you go. So that's Wolfenstein 3D, the Mac version ported to DOS. Super cool. Like I said, I've never clicked on a download, you know, so fast, faster. As soon as I heard, oh, some guy ported the Mac version of Wolfenstein to DOS. Yeah, instant download. Immediately played it in my DOSBox staging here. But as you saw, the graphics are glitchy. You do have to turn the CPU cycles down. Maybe there's another way to fix that. I'm not sure. But that's it. I think if I press enter, it just cycles back to level 1 again. But as you can see, it's very different and improved in some ways. The Mac version in general, and so very, very cool. I want to play it again. It's so fun, and yeah, even with the CPU cycles turned down this far, still running smooth. If you go any further, it only takes a few more steps, and the game will just hang. Bring it back up again, and it'll continue. Just so you know. But again, if there's another way to fix those glitchy graphics without turning the CPU cycles down, I don't know. Again, it's not like there's really any options in this. In fact, pressing escape literally just quits the game. There's no menu. So yeah, so that's it. Super cool, and hopefully I got a good side-by-side there to show you the difference in sprite work. Really cool. And again, I'm assuming if you have the full version, you can replace the WAD file. Again, I'm just assuming. That would make sense to me. I don't know, but I'm assuming you can play the full version of this. But again, I don't have the full version, but if you download it, it's got the shareware, the 3 levels, so at least you can just download it free and play it. Again, link in the description. It's a zip file, and literally just uncompress it and run it, you know, either on real hardware if you got old school hardware, or again, I'm in DOSBox staging here. I really like DOSBox staging just because it's a little bit better setup out of the box, and I like the shaders it's got included. I've got my double scan VGA shader on here that I really like. But yeah, I guess that's it. See you guys later.